Hi guys, in this video we're going to have a look at the types of functions and their implied domains. It's a very interesting video, so I hope you enjoy it. We're going to have a look at one-to-one function. Now for a one-to-one function there is only one value of y for each value of x, as I just said, and only one value of x for each value of y for that matter. That's for a one-to-one function. This applies to all functions, that's one-to-ones and many-to-ones, and you can add this one here for the one-to-ones. Now that might sound a bit abstract, but I'm going to make it very clear for you as we go along. That is, for a one-to-one, the vertical line test only gets one hit and the horizontal line only gets one hit. That's for a one-to-one, okay? Now let's just do a little recap on the types of relations that we can have, okay? This is just doing a little bit of a video replay here. There are four types, okay? Two of which are functions and two of which are not. Let's have a little look here. This is a one-to-one function. Now you'll see horizontal line test gets you the answer to what this term is, okay? That gets you a 1 because it only hits once. The vertical line test gets you the answer to what this term is here. Now, horizontal line test gave us one hit, vertical line test intersected once, so there's one hit with the curves. Therefore, that's a one-to-one, and because this number here is, or this term here is 1, therefore that's a function, okay? Let's have a look at number 2. This is one-to-many, okay? Now that's not a function because this has to be 1 for a function. So that's a relation. Let's have a look at it. We've got the horizontal line test. Yes, that's a 1. So the left-hand term here is 1. And on the vertical line test, we've hit twice. Not once, but twice. Therefore, this is not a function. This is a relation. Okay, got it? You can see, can't you? Alright, what about number 3? Many to one. Now that's still a function because this term here says 1, okay? Many to one, which is a function. Now, horizontal line test, many, because it hits twice. It intersects with the curve twice. Got it? There's your many. And then on the vertical line test here for the right-hand term, we've got one hit, one intersection point there. That's a many to one, and yes, that's a function, okay? Now the fourth one, that is a many-to-many. It's a circle as an example of a many-to-many. See, look, with the horizontal line test we hit twice, therefore that's many, and with the vertical line test we hit twice, therefore that's also many. Okay? Many-to-many, so it's not a function, that's a relation. And I've highlighted the two of them which are functions. That's the one-to-one and the many-to-one. Great. You're getting this, I can tell. Good for you. Now, here's a quick way of how to tell whether you've got a one-to-one function, guys. A one-to-one function moves either uphill or downhill, okay? As you're looking from left to right across the screen or across the page, it's either uphill or downhill only, but not both. In other words, you don't have any hills and you don't have any valleys. Now, it may level off to horizontal, but only momentarily for one value of x before resuming its original direction, if it's going to resume any direction at all. That's what it does. It can level off just for one single value of x, where the gradient would be 0 at that point. I'll show you what I mean. There's a one-to-one. Now that's the graph of y equals x cubed. The gradient is 0 only at this point here, okay? So you only get one value of y for each value of x and vice versa. That's what you mean by one-to-one. And you'll notice this is an uphill graph, except for that one single point there, okay? Here is an example of a many-to-one, okay? A many-to-one, horizontal line test, okay, hits 3 times with that particular line, but the vertical line test only ever hits once vertically. So that's a many-to-one. Or if you like, if we like to restrict that function, it would be one-to-one for x from minus infinity up to and including 0 to there, right? That would be all uphill, wouldn't it? Except for the one single point where it levels off there at that point there. Or if you like, we could say it's 1 to 1 from 0 to 2 inclusive. That's this downhill bit here. Yeah, you're getting what I'm saying? Or we could go from 2 up. Okay, that would be 1 to 1 for that segment as well. Here's an example of a many to 1. Do you see? Just do it in your head. Horizontal line test, vertical line test, and you get many to 1. Yeah, it would be 1 to 1 from minus infinity up to and including 0, the uphill bit, and it would be also 1 to 1 from 0 up, including the 0. Yeah, you're getting this, aren't you? Good. That's an example of a 1 to 1. That's a downhill 1 to 1, isn't it? Yeah. So that's what a 1 to 1 looks like. It's either always going up or always going down. Yeah. Let's have a look at this. Which of the following functions are 1 to 1? Let's have a look. This one first. Let's go for it. We've got y is x squared plus 1. There's a sketch of that graph. Now, you tell me, is that a 1 to 1? No, I heard you say. Good. It's a many to 1. Okay, it's a function, but it's a many to 1, and therefore that's not one of the ones we're looking for. Let's do part B. Y is 2x minus 1. 2x minus 1. Okay. Aha! I think that's a 1 to 1. See, there's your 1, horizontal line test. There's your vertical line test. We get a 1 as well, so therefore it's 1 to 1. So that's one of the ones we're looking for. Good. Part C, y equals 4. Now that's a bit of a strange beast. It's a horizontal line going through where y equals 4. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Well, if I was to draw a horizontal line through or over the top of that blue line, I would get infinitely many intersections because it's basically the same line superimposed over at the top of that graph line there where y equals 4, wouldn't it? So that'd be a many, wouldn't it? In fact, infinitely many. And if we did the vertical line test, we would get 1. So that actually is a function. It's a many to 1, but it's not one of the ones we're looking for. Okay? What about D? Y is x to the third. There it is. Now, come on. What do you think? Yeah, I say it's 1 to 1. Yeah? So that's a 1 to 1. Beautiful. Let's do the next one. We've got E. Yeah, that's a semicircle. That one is a semicircle, and it's the lower half of a circle that looks like that. Now, what do you think? I think many to 1. Don't you? Right, and that's not one of the ones we're looking for because we're looking for the 1 to 1s. Okay, what about F? A rectangular hyperbola, and I'm just doing my visualizing a horizontal and a vertical line test. I say 1 to 1. Do you? There's your 1, and there's your vertical 1, so that's a 1 to 1, and that's one of the ones we're looking for. So the ones that we would say are 1 to 1s would have been this one, and this one, and this one. Yeah? Very exciting.